Good morning, Just. Today 325. Welcome. For those new to the channel, welcome on board. For those new that just found the channel, this is all about us trying to document and film us building our house, dream house in Barbados. Bloody difficult thing to do. So I've tried to document every single day to try and show you the trials and tribulations of trying to build something in Barbados, in the Caribbean. So yeah, for those that are new to the channel, welcome. That's what this is all about. So like and subscribe if you are new. Click the bell button as well so that every time we load a new video you get notified. And I will try and share some of my pain and some of my celebrations as well with you guys, to ensure that if it's something you're considering doing or are doing or looking to do, then you can at least try and learn from some of the mistakes that I've either made or inherited. Trust me, there's quite a few. So yeah, please help me like and subscribe downstairs, and I'll get that information to you as often as I can. For the last couple of days, we've been working on the garage roof and the garage ceiling, the doors in the basement and the doors inside the house. They've been the main focuses. So today we are still working on balancing the battens. So for those that aren't new to the channel, you know that I've had the bow in the concrete. So you place jacks underneath the formwork, you jack them up, you try to get the roof as stable as possible with a slight bow, because obviously the concrete weighs down, in the hope that when the concrete's set over the month, you can take the jacks down and you have a nice flat ceiling. Unfortunately, we have a bow upwards in our ceiling, which means that all of the battening we're putting in the ceiling, it's currently nailed up like that, we're having to pull it down and balance it out. So we're using lines, we're using spirit levels, and it is bloody painful. So anyway, we're on probably day 4 of doing that as we speak. So I'll show you that in a second. We've connected up the actual patio overflow pipe, and I need to go and get some more fittings to connect up everything together today. So it's literally going from one side is a 1 inch, 3/4 inch, sorry, into a 2 inch. So I have to get some reducers and some elbows for that. And then we've got the main patio pipe that comes out 1.5 inch. We're going to reduce or increase to 2 inch and then elbow into a 3 inch. And then we can backfill that, and that just means that if we get rain, so as you can see here, we get a little bit of a puddle, it comes over to the drain itself, which is on my, wherever it is here, and then it floods through these little channels here as well, and lands up coming out here from the patio and down here. So we've got to connect these two sources up together, and they all run all the way down here through the wall. Now normally you would take that to the road, or you would take that to a soakaway, or you would take that to a sewage. There is no sewage in Barbados. You have wells which take water away, which work on the up and down of the main sea levels. On this one here, we have a 3 to 4 inch gap going between our wall and next door's boundary, which means we can take it straight into that. But again, eventually, if someone does build on that plot there, we're probably going to have to elbow that and go all the way, where am I going? That way towards the road. So we point it towards the road. So you can do that. You can take rainwater to the road. Sherwin has been painting the garage on the front today, so that's been done. He's downstairs now putting coats of paint on the double doors for the basement, and we're going to get those installed today and locked up. He's also going to be taking the inner basement door off and getting that one painted and getting that one back on again today as well. I've also got to go and buy loads of new hinges, because I've worked out that all the hinges we bought are a low grade stainless steel, and they're not surviving very well here. So I'm going to need to go and change that. So again, anyone on the island that's building, certainly near the sea like we are, I mean anywhere on the island, but certainly if you're near the sea, you have to use grade 316 stainless steel, so that you've got any chance of it surviving. And island tiles, Rossa Island tiles down near Bridgetown, he does a lot of European hinges and door handles and all sorts. That's where you get it from. They work out around about 40 beige in a pair, compared to 25 to 28 for low grade out of Koymans or Carters, etc. But trust me, low grade stainless steel will not last here. Unfortunately, as I said, I've got the same problem with the door guys inside. They're great lads and they seem to be keen, but they're just not experienced enough. So I've just said to them, hang the 2 door frames that they're working on now and leave the doors, leave the hinges. I'm going to have to find someone else. I'm just going to have to do it myself. So yeah, door fitting gate, as we call it, you know, as in Obama gate, etc., is just going on and on and on. So there really does seem to be a real lack of joiners on the island, people that can cabinet fit or do the intricate detail like fitting hinges, etc. Dash. So let me take you underneath here. So I just let my wife know it's raining. She's got a washing out. So let me show you underneath here. So what we're doing at this present time is we're firing a laser. We're shining it across, and as you can see, it's highlighting green here. So it's hitting some of the actual lines that we put in. But we are literally over here with 1 inch. The line itself is 1 inch under the batten over here, and it's pretty much on the batten here. So what that shows us at the moment is that we have a level ceiling over to about here, and then it increases in height over to here, which misses the laser line by about 1 inch. So as long as it's all level, but it's going up, then we might be able to get away with that, because it is 1 inch of height spread over probably about 12 feet, 12, 13 feet. So that's the hope. We're going to measure all of it, make sure that we're not drastically different all the way along, and then we're going to board it and see what happens. The eye does play tricks on you, but from here it does look like it's sort of, the batten is lower here than it is over here. So we'll have to measure that, because again, that'll play an influence on what it's looking like from one side to the other from a level point of view. As long as it's level across and we've got that slight increase going up, we can board and we might get away with losing it. In here, same thing again, we're going to batten up against this wall here, we're going to batten along here, and we're going to batten along here, plus the edges, and we're going to run them all this way. And again, as you can see where the tape is, this is where the 8x4 sheets of plywood are on the formwork. The plasterboard's the same size, so again, there'll be a batten here, there'll be a batten here, and there'll be a batten across the floor, and then we'll board this way. So that one will be a reasonably straightforward one compared to here, that's for sure. Well, hopefully it will be. The guys around the side at the moment, clearing out the side, because we're going to land up concreting around here and trying to do the path. So they're not very busy, again. Every time I peer around, they seem to be on their phones or doing something. And then they'll tell me they've been really busy. So anyway, they're trying to take all this out so we can actually concrete this at some stage. We're going to take, obviously we concrete it to the end here, so we're going to bring the concrete all the way down and get this done. So if I can get them to focus, we can try and get that done by the end of play today. But yeah, it's certainly looking tidier now. That's not a dumping ground, but I'm sure that will change now and then. And then obviously the doors are happening inside, which I've just said I'm going to put that on hold, because the guys in there don't seem to be understanding how to fit a hinge. And I don't want any more damage to the doors. It's just suicide. Every time I spend money on the doors, it just lands up spending more money rectifying what's gone wrong. And obviously the doors down here are being done as well, so we'll get those finished off hopefully by today. The weather seems to be on and off, a little bit spitty rain, but not major. Film on my chin. So hopefully we can get that done, and then later on this week we want to try and get upstairs. We want to try and just get that the roof rolled with the rubber as well. But Sherwin's got to get around here and just finish all around here as well, so I'm not too sure why he's not run it all the way around. He's sort of done this wall here and then finished about here, and then you can see all this bit here needs to be done, and then it all gets all worse all around here. So I'll have a look at that later on. But anyway, apart from that, we're at 11:20, so I've checked in a little bit later today. So I will check in a little bit later on today as and when things take place. I'm about to go in now and start finishing off and boarding up, straightening up and boarding up the extractor, which I installed yesterday. So I'll update later on. Before I go, obviously please help me with the like and subscribe, and I'll check in a bit later on. Thank you. Okay, a 10 to 4 catch up. Sorry for the delay, I got stuck into stuff. Guys are now finishing here. How are we looking, guys? Good?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Plumber in the house as well. What's he up to? We have a plumber in the house. Okay, need to buy some parts, which I said earlier on. Don't know what I said earlier on, can't remember. But we found some pipe work. We just need some elbows and some 45 degrees, and we can connect all of the actual drainage up for the patio together. So we were going to do one only, but we may as well. We actually don't remember it, but we ran. In fact, let me show you. So I'm sorry if I'm boring you if you already know it, but we've had a bit of an issue with the actual the concrete here that was poured. We get a puddle here, we get a puddle here. So we drilled a hole through the actual patio surface and run a drainage all the way along to here, which is this pipe coming out here. And at the same time, water, unfortunately, slopes towards the house because, again, the concrete's not been poured properly. So we dug out around this corner and we put in a bit of conduit with T-junctions on it, and we run it all the way along so the water can go into the corner here, into this piece here, into this piece here, and all of it's connected to this little pipe coming out there. So we're going to 90 degree that straight down to the floor. We're going to run that along there, and then when this 45 degree comes along, we're going to join the whole lot together, and all of it can run out into the road next door. Sorry to bore the ones that already know about that, but new to the channel, people that are new, they haven't seen probably some of the videos that cover some of the aggro that we've actually had. Windows, update on the windows. Windows, nightmare. Anyway, so we've got the 8 by 6 window, which is a fixed pane of glass that goes into the southern end of the main hallway in the house, not been sent. So we're going to find out why that is. I think he's texted me since I've been on the phone now, so I will have a look in a minute. The 4 window for here, it's meant to be a window, it's meant to be a tilt and turn. I'm not too sure if they can do a 4 tilt and turn, but when he emailed me saying, do you want it fixed or opening, I said opening, so I don't know what that means. But what we do have is 2 very small French doors. So we've got a 4 piece to go in here. We've now found out this morning that they're a little bit taller than the last ones. The last ones were 2375. These ones are 2413. So I need to find out whether that's frame or whether that's glass. But I'm pretty sure we are around about whatever it is, 25 mil taller on the new windows and the old windows. And I've got no idea why. I haven't even had time to look. But anyway, if we can actually get it in that hole, or if we can just shave the very top piece here with a grinder to try and get that in, then we actually have a set of French doors to go in there, which are little openers, which I assume will open in. I'm not too sure. So we've got a 4 set, but they're doors, not a window. We have 3 2 I needed 4, but I think I only ordered 3. So that's not his fault, which means I need to order another one. So I'm 1 short there. And then we also have an 11 set of patio doors. Bifold doors. They were meant to be 6 ones going in here. Get it right. So this is 6 We've had nearly 11 delivered. So error on his behalf. He's got to look at that. And obviously we've got the 3 window here, the 2 window here, and the 2 window here as well. So that's all good. So we've got enough windows. We've got all the windows for in here, apart from the bifolds that need to be resent, and a 2 window because I'll use that in the bathroom of the WC in the main house. So the WC is going to be priority over one of the 2 windows, which means we're 1 window short in here, and we don't have the 6 by 8 window for the house because that was never sent. So there's nothing I can even beg, steal, or borrow from that either, because we've got 4 and that's 6 and there's nothing else that's 6 to go in there. So we're going to have to unfortunately order that and wait for it again. Sheldon has been putting some paint on the doors. He's really sanded these down well, and he's applied a really nice coat of paint on this, and that's going to be the bathroom door, and he's also doing the 2 doors downstairs. There he is, looking like a painter. The carpenters on the doors unfortunately didn't make it to the, well, they did make it to the 2nd frame, but I've agreed to part with them because it just wasn't working out, and I didn't want to fall out with them. So I just said, look, you know, you're clearly not at the level I need you to be at, so rather than falling out, let's part. But what they have done in the meantime is actually hung that door there. It's hung better than it was. So as much as they've not done the job I was looking for, the job itself is, the door frame is straight. It's as plumb as it can be. It has the relevant supports behind it. So we've managed to put, let me show. So there is now marine ply up the sides. The door frame's now solid in there. I said, don't touch the hinges. I will cut these in properly, and I will fit them, but I'm also going to change the hinges because these are cheapies. There's not even a stainless steel stamp on them. So again, I'm going to go down to Ross at Island Tile. We'll order some 316s from him, and I'll cut them in myself, and I'll do the door handle myself. The architrave and the 2 new doors are coming next week, but one of the issues we have found is we've corrected one of the door frames in here, and the door is twisted. So I've WhatsApped the guy that provided the doors and just said, look, you're going to have to provide another door because it just doesn't shut. And that was the issue he was having in the first place, hence the reason why he's actually messed around the door frame and put the door frame in pissed. There's no other way for it. Because he needed to make sure the door could shut. But that means all the door jambs and the door frame are all completely twisted. So now we put them back where they should be, it doesn't shut. So anyway, we've now got a door frame that is straight and plumb. We now need to get a door that's straight and plumb. Around here, the guys have been digging out around here. I showed you earlier on. Hey, look at you two, look. looking a lot better. So this is a bit we're going to actually now concreting in here, same level as here. That'll be run all the way through, and we need to obviously chase out these 4 pipes first and get them in here, and then once that's done we can concrete through here, and then we can look at the tiles stroke astroturf effect. So that's pretty much it so far. The only other thing obviously I've done is fit the extractor. That ended up being a real mission. My idea was obviously down this. The idea was to try and obviously get an extractor that could be ceiling mounted, but they don't do anything with 12-foot ceilings. So we were going to try and find a good extractor that had a chimney and then go and get another chimney fabricated, but we couldn't find one of those either. So I ordered the Miele one from England. So now she is there. Look, I put the framework up, but the framework was twisted, so whatever I did, I just couldn't get the machine to be plumb. So I've now managed to get it plumb. So let me quickly show you that. Okay, so as you can see, we're nice and plumb now. I've managed to put all the guts back into it. The cabling's going up the back, so the electrician's got to connect those 2 up. We've also got to get a 4-inch, we've got a 4-inch pipe that comes from the unit itself for some unknown reason. And obviously English 4-inch is different to a Bayesian 4-inch for some unknown reason. So the 4-inch doesn't fit here. So anyway, that's one side. I've got to connect that up onto the top. I've then got to take a 4-inch into a reducer to go to 3-inch because that's what we've got above. And obviously then we can peel all of this plastic off, but it's nice and sturdy. It's got the buttons and the lights underneath, which is absolutely gorgeous. And then what I'll actually do is I will plasterboard that. Now, a bit of help from you guys. Do I paint it white or do I paint it grey? So the grey on the wall, which matches the grey of the kitchen, but also makes that more of a feature and draws the eye to it, and it's not straight, as much as the extractor is now straight. The framework itself is slightly off. Now, most people wouldn't see it, but I certainly can. So what do? Do I make it white and try and make it blend in and hope no one notices it? Or do I paint it grey and make it a bit of a statement and draw people's eyes to it? What do I do? I've also got to finish the back as well. The back of the actual machine itself is open. It's designed to go up against a wall, up against a unit. So I'm gonna have to find something to cover that. So again, do I bring the plasterboard down and T-junction it? So that's plasterboard and that's plasterboard. Or do I put a nice bit of stainless steel across the back and then plasterboard up from there? Let me know down in the comments below. Let me know what you think. I think it would look better if I could literally cover it in plasterboard, but then I've got the issue of trying to cover the edges, which would be a pain. So, and if I don't do it with plasterboard, then the plasterboard, I might get away with the plasterboard coming down with the back, but I might have to trim it. So as you can see, there's a bit of a distance between the plasterboard, the back of the unit. I'm trying to do it backwards. The back of the unit and the wood. There's only a small gap, so I don't think I've got enough space to go down to the unit and then cover the back with stainless. Either way, I'm going to create myself issues, which I always do. But without being rude, anything that's awesome is never going to be easy. Otherwise, everyone will be doing it. So fingers crossed. By the time I get it stripped off and get it plasterboarded, it's a Miele unit. You can't get any better than that. It will look beautiful in a good stainless steel. Hopefully it won't rust. So plenty of olive oil, baby oil, any oil. So as long as it's got oil on it, it should be okay. And hopefully one thing it will also help us with, like I said, is the misting of these. As you can see, it only takes 2 to 4 weeks of cooking in here and the salt spray from the sea, and then we're having to take them down and have them cleaned. So hopefully it'll keep that down a little bit. Bear in mind, I do like frying up a good steak every now and then. So I'm going to get that plasterboarded later. We've got 16 sheets downstairs, but we're going to need about 22 to 23 for the garage. Plus I need some for that, so I'm going to have to get some more plasterboard in. At some stage, I may very well not have a day where I don't have to order materials. That would be absolutely awesome. Anyway, apart from that, door failure today, but that's life. Roof is finished, garage roof is finished, ceiling is finished, sorry, but they've still got the back part to do. Tomorrow, hopefully, they can crack on with getting that done, but we can start plasterboarding at the same time. Fingers crossed we'll get some doors fitted tomorrow. I've said to Sherwin I want those doors fitted because I'm fed up with it all being open, number one. Until we can start cracking on with things like this. I mean, this is still a walkway, so we've left this at the moment. It's undercoated, but it's not finished off. And you can also redo these as well. These were done in the white oil paint for wood, and it's clearly cream. So, and every single colour that I've got from Koymans, whether it's a branded white oil paint or whether it's actually a Koymans own, they're cream. Not one of them's white. So anybody that wants to do white oil paint here, I don't know what to suggest. I mean, anything I can suggest is probably go to Sherwin-Williams and see if they can actually show you a white. But at the moment, I don't want my doors painted cream. That one is Koyman's own, which is really cream. I think the whitest one we found was the Berger 404 Ultra White, but even then, it's still got a hint of cream. So anyway, apart from that, we've still got to get this bloody door finished. So I spoke to the door guy today that provided the door, and I said, I need a date from you when you're going to come out, get that sanded, get it filled, and get it sprayed in place. That's what he wants to do. I think he's mad. But anyway, I'd much rather have it sprayed in place if they don't get spray everywhere, because taking that off, taking it away and getting it back again is an absolute mission. So the door jambs need to be sorted, the filling needs to be sorted, the spraying needs to be sorted, and all of the furniture and locks need to be installed as well. So that's something we need to start looking at doing sooner rather than later. I may very well attempt to put the locks on myself in the next couple of days and install the door handle. Worst case scenario, they can take that off when they spray it, but I'm very conscious at the moment that, you know, we've got all the door furniture and it's sitting around and it's not really doing a great deal. So I might get that finished off and whilst I'm at a loose end. Obviously it's all sealed up from behind with 4x2s and whatever else, but it'd be nice to actually get to a point where it's even an operational door, even if it looks like a dog's turd. At least it'll be operational. So from my point of view, maybe that's something I can get stuck into tomorrow. Okay. Anyway, apart from that, I doubt there's going to be a great deal that changes from now until the end of play. So help me, obviously, like and subscribe before we go. You guys, obviously, subscribing, clicking that bell button, giving me some comments, good or bad. Certainly helps me reach out to more people. It's also helping me as well discover a few solutions, and it's also me passing on some of the downsides I'm having to people where solutions are concerned as well. So the more you can click, comment and subscribe, the more it helps me. So in the meantime, I'll check out and I'll see you tomorrow, but I will check back in if anything changes in the meantime. Thanks for watching.